Hello. How are we doing? I'm going to pull up this chat. Cool. We got Kate, Dana, Levi, Emily. Emily just got off work, so perfect timing. Nice. Dana, how am I doing? I'm okay, thank you. Sharmetta, hello. Fly Girl, hello. Floriciste, I hope I said that right. Nasheen, Neve. I don't know. Okay. How do I say this? It looks like Catapiva, but I don't. That doesn't probably not right because that's I don't know. Tell me how to read and say this. Jackie, Christine. Oh, it's your first Mindset Monday. Welcome, Brendan, Andromeda, Jellycat. I like your name, Jellycat. It rhymes with smelly cat. Is that like smelly cat? Is that too old of a reference? We got Annalicia, Brandon, Lena. Hello, Victoria. How are we doing? Happy Monday. Fly Girl says the notifications are finally working. Oh, interesting. Katerina. Okay, perfect. Thank you. Okay. Andrea Carter, MD, Katerina, Deluxe Witch. Oh, hey. Girl with a Silver Lining. Elena, hello. Okay. Son. Nope, I'm not going to be able to say that one. Song, and tell me how do I address you? Dina, Tabby Cat says I love Smelly Cat. Dragon Smith said Smelly Cat. Oh my God, it's not your fault. Yeah. We all know the song. I didn't sing it, I spoke it. Doesn't sound as good when you speak it. So how's everyone doing? Randy, Jennifer, Jay Ariano, Black Goddess, hello. I better tell Leanne. Michelle, Saoirse, hello. Taylor. Agnes? Agnieszka? I want to make sure I'm saying people's names right. So, how are we doing? What's going on? Tell me what's some good news. Wait, Leanne, I think you're logged in under you're logging in under me. I'm like, wait, why am I saying hi? I didn't type that. You're logged in the Roxy Talks account. Queen Kissy Face, Harleen, Faith, Philip. Hello. Yeah, Alina says, what did everyone manifest this week? Yeah, so let's talk about what we manifested. What's going on with my hair? What is this? What is this? Jay, I'm glad you're here. We love getting together. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's one of my numbers. All right. We're waiting for Leanne to come back as Leanne and not as Roxy Talks. She said, and I'm back as me. Annabella, Shantae, you say hello. Thank you, Shantae. I could tell you were holding space. I could feel it because I don't feel the course of energy rushing through me. So thank you. I don't know what I'm doing about my hair. I just air dried my hair today, so it has like no product and I didn't do any styling. So it's just has a mind of its own. It's wild. It's like sticking to my face. And we're gonna get through it. Sana, hello. Did you ever get your freaking haircut? Oh, no, wait, was it a haircut? It was a haircut, right? It's been so long. Mama of 4 Wilsons. Okay. All right, we're talking about what do we son of a gun. Cat hair on my nose. Okay. Brendan says, to be honest, I've had a great week with lots of cool stuff happening, but I found myself back in a cycle of looking for validation SP. Oh, wait, shoot. I thought I was reading something positive. But at least, okay, we can recognize where we're at. We're going to move on to, okay, then you have something positive. Cool. I got an amazing internship, been having a lot of fun with friends, and my brother is going to buy my car for me. Yes. Okay, that's awesome. Song is okay. Okay, good. From Burma, living in Sweden. Awesome. What is the weather in Sweden like right now? Jay Ariano says, I won a raffle yesterday, a box full of good goodies that I do not need but make me extremely happy. Nice. Kate says, manifested an instant like on Instagram from your SP's best friend. Nice. Jennifer says, working on scripting, was watching your advice on previous YouTube videos and decided to purchase your scripting workshop so I can really get it down. Oh, cool. So when you work on it, let us come back next week and let us know how, like what a week of the practice has done for you. If you don't mind, come back and letting us know. And if anybody else wants to look into the scripting bundle, it's on my website at roxytalks.com. Fly Girls manifested $200. Nice. A gift card. Sweet. That's awesome. Kate, Mama Four Wilsons, you're so kind. Thank you. Sana got her damn haircut. Good. Where are the pictures? I want to see it. Oh, thanks, babe. This is a little thing my husband got me yesterday. Was that yesterday? Yeah. We had to pop into a little. We went on like a turned out to be 11-mile bike ride. I wouldn't believe it myself, but it's like it was like 5.5 miles each way. But we had to stop at a little store, and he came out and he was like, he just like put his hand out like this, and then he dropped it, and I thought it was a piece of candy, but it was a little heart. I was like, oh, you're so sweet. Anyways, thanks, babe. I'm gonna hold it today. Sana says she's had so many synchronicities, not related to your manifestation, but still making it mean it's all working, of course. I mean, they may not seem related, but it's all related, right? Okay, Philip, I love this. Okay, Philip says, I just focused on the homework this week, excitement, and my SP reached out to me. It's funny, I didn't do anything this week towards that. Oh my gosh, hold on. I gotta put this on. I need to put this on the screen so you guys can see. This is coming from you. This is coming from someone just like you, someone in the community who's doing the same thing you are. And right here, proof right here. When you put the attention on yourself and not on your SP, it pays off. So let me ask you, Philip. Let me ask you, okay, can you just give us a little bit, give us like a before this week and after this week? Like how long have you been manifesting? How long has it like how long has it been since you've had contact? Like just give us like a kind of like pre this exercise and post so we can just kind of see what happened when you didn't necessarily focus on your SP and put that focus on yourself instead. If you don't mind giving us a little more info. Valerie, hello. How are you? I'm so excited for our new. Oh yeah, that reminds me. So 360 is we got one more week left if you want to sign up for 360, and then it's going to be closed for signups, and we're going to start the official program on June 6th. So hold on, I'm trying to do two things at once, which I'm so good at. Thanks, Dina. Okay. Pin. There we go. It's pinned into the YouTube chat. If you're not on the YouTube, you can go 360method.co, 360method.co to sign up for 360 or to find out any information you want about it. There's only 1 week left to sign up. So you have from now until midnight next Monday if you want to join 360. And then we're going to begin the program on June 6th. Otherwise, we'll have a wait list up. If you go to 360method.co after May 30th, which would be next Monday if you're listening to this on not live. So May 30th, midnight PST is the last time it's going to be. That's the last. That's when the cart closes for 360. That's when everything is done. That's the last time you'll be able to sign up for 360. So if you go to 360method.co after May 30th, so starting June 1st, it'll be a wait list page. And so if you were interested in getting information for the next time we run the program, then you can put your email there and we'll have a wait list going. Whew, okay. I did it. I got all the words out. Okay. So Molly says, just manifesting great vibes at the moment. Did really well on a super important exam. Yes. Natalie says, the audiobook narrator that I dedicated my debut novel to has been DMing me nonstop ever since he noticed. Nice. That's awesome. Michelle says, you made me believe I can manifest anything. That's awesome, Michelle. But keep you like, look at what you, how do I say this? Believe in yourself, right? You're the one doing it. So I'm glad that the information has allowed you to accept that it's happening and like helped you hone your focus, but don't take sorry. Don't skip out on any opportunity to give yourself that credit because you are the one who's really making the changes. So you deserve that. And congratulations. Elena says, I manifested a trip to the beach with my man for next week. This is our first vacation together. Yes, that's awesome. Tiffany, I know Tiffany met Maya. You were right there. You were like right there. That video, she's like taking up the full frame. She's like just right there. She looked incredible. I was like, how does she still look the same? She came out, I was in high school when Maya came out and she looks the exact same as she did. Lena says, I manifested a good relationship with my family and now I'm manifesting my SP. Nice. Okay, Philip says, it used to be hot and cold, and I always felt like I had to initiate or do something to spark a convo. This time I just focus on myself. And they were reminded of me in public and was really pushing to message me about it. And then basically admitted that everywhere they go, they're reminded of me. Okay. All right. Hey, Philip, can you do me a favor? Can you please, do you mind, could you write like a little review or like a little testimonial about, if you don't mind, please. I feel like this needs to be on the 360 page or not 360. This needs, you see where my mind has been as a business owner. This needs to be on, I want to put this on like the love pages and like I'm redesigning my website right now. And so I'm going to be organizing things by like what you're manifesting. And so I just like, maybe we should have more, I'm thinking as I'm going, but I need people to see that. So can you please put that together in like a one concise, so I don't have to take little screenshots of it is what I'm asking. And please email it to us at hello@roxytalks.com. Just like literally the same thing. I worked on this such and such homework. This is how I applied it. This is how it was before. And this is what I've seen since, because like I could explain this till the cows come home, but I just like the fact that you showed right there, you've been doing it, you've had off and on, it wasn't working out. You decided to take a week to just focus on yourself, and you weren't even intending that it affect your SP, right? Like it was just about you, and that worked. And this is what I've been trying to tell everybody. So please, as a member of the community, can you, I'm not begging, but I am kind of like, I need this in writing so that I can display this, so I can show people, look, this shit's real. Like when you put the focus on yourself, this is how it works. Yes, there is a bunch of content about how to manifest your person, but all that content is really about, it's almost about reconceptualizing, right? Like when you're writing my specific person, they're doing this, and you're visualizing and you're intending for them to do something, you're reconfiguring what's already in 3D, right? That's what if you really look at the process, that's what you're trying to do. So it's not that that's not doable. It does work, but it's like the reconfiguration process isn't necessary. Okay, actually, you're helping me discover something. Sorry, I'm processing as this is all coming out. The reconfiguration process is not the drawing in process, right? Like that would be two different departments if you think about it. Like one is the magnetic drawing things to us department, feeling body, right? Excitement, feeling in the body, right? That's what we talk about, what Joe Dispenza says. Whereas the mind, which produces the electrical charge, that's the thinking, the conceptualizing, the ideas, right? So you can actually see this at play right now. If you're focusing too much on the conceptualizing of your specific person, that's cool, but you're not doing jack shit probably to actually reel them in, which is what Philip just did. Thank you, Philip. Yes, Philip says yes, definitely. Thank you so much. Like, I'm like I feel like giddy. I'm like, oh my God, thank you. Like somebody, thank you. I just like it's so perfect of a just a quick example of like, bro, focus on your motherfucking self, okay? Like fuck the fucking SP. I've said it so many times, but you have Philip right here telling you, when I put it on me, your SP was bombarded with you, right? I love it. I love it. I'm proud of you. I'm excited for you. And I just hope you pay attention to what works and keep doing what works. Catch my drift? You've already reconfigured them. It sounds like, or you can still continue reconfiguring them. You conceptualize them the way you want them to be, but the reeling them in has to do with being like radiant. It's like the moth to the flame. You have to be the flame. The flame is not out there seeking out moths. They come to it. Philip, sorry, I'm so proud. I'm so excited. I didn't know that was going to happen today. And I feel like all this emotion's coming, like rushing through my body. But hell yeah, that's really awesome. Kate says, I feel like I needed to hear that. And Kate, like, I agree you did. And I think a lot of people did. I think a lot of people did because Tiffany says you feel you cracked the code. Really, really, truly, truly, truly. Thank you for sharing that with us. Aaliyah says, been rewriting people. How do I try my best to ignore the 3D and see them being the version I want? It's difficult in the moment to see the version I want sometimes. Yeah, it is difficult in the moment. It takes practice. It takes discipline. I always say awareness and discipline. Those are the cornerstones of 360 Method. That's my signature program, 360method.co, if you want to sign up or get info. But you've got to be aware. You have to stay super present in the moment when you're interacting with like like think about it like this way. The SP, a specific person, whatever the manifestation is, the thing that you don't have that you want, if you're interacting with it in your regular life, it's probably it's most likely triggering you, right? Like it's most likely going to trigger you into thinking your current version thoughts, right? Like you see it, there it is. I know I'm trying to manifest it, but they're the fucking right there, fucking looking like it always has been, not changing. So it's in those moments that you keep it there, right? You prevent it from shifting. So I would say that, like, just kind of like what we were talking about, like you've done the rewriting, the conceptualizing part. Now you have to do the actual physical validation of it in the 3D reality, meaning that if your rewrite is true, then you got to be super careful of how you think about it in real time while it's happening. So awareness and discipline, you got to pay attention. You need to know what you're saying. You need to be able to shut down a thought or sentence in the moment when it's describing, or reaction. I'll say a reaction as well when it's describing or reiterating the current 3D, and you need to shift your focus, and you need to just like hunker down and shift and make yourself look at it differently, respond differently, think a different thought, think a more expansive thought, think a thought that's more like if you catch yourself saying, this fucking shit's not working. You know what? Actually, it is working. It is unfolding, or it's always been working. Or you something, just literally something that can redirect you back to the correct direction, right? Um, the way that I look at manifesting, my approach, the way I teach 360, all that stuff, I look at it like this. Like every second of every thought you think, let's look at it like this. Every thought you think is like a footstep, and you're always taking footsteps. Like if you're alive on planet Earth, you're taking footstep after footstep after footstep after footstep from the moment you're born to the moment you die. So if I can't stop taking footsteps, which I can't, you can't, I mean, like think about thinking. We can slow our thinking and we can like pause it. And that's what we do with meditation is trying to slow it and do it more deliberately so we can point ourselves in the proper direction thought by thought. But that's where awareness and discipline comes in. That's exactly what I'm talking about is you got to know that what thoughts you're saying. You need to know if your feet are leading you in the direction of a reality you want to be in, or are your steps or feet, whatever thoughts, leading you in a reality that you don't want to be in. And you always have to be aware of where you're stepping. Like if you don't want to step in shit, you better be watching where the fuck your feet are going. Basically is my point, right? So if you don't want to be stepping in shit in your 3D reality, watch where the fuck you're going. And it sounds like you're not. It sounds like you've accidentally gotten yourself to like a shit field and you're just like looking all everywhere but down. Why the fuck does it smell like shit everywhere? Sorry, this is a very language heavy. My husband's laughing in the other room. This is a very language heavy episode. I don't know why. Oh, Mimi, you came right at the right time. So awareness and discipline. Watch where you're stepping and then don't fucking step there. 360 method. Aaliyah. Okay, thank you. I'm sorry. That was a off the wall answer, but whatever. It is what it is. It just comes out the way it comes out. Okay. Kate says, Roxy, you're affirming the process I thought about myself this week. Feels insane right now. Ooh, elaborate if you don't mind. Please go on. Leanne. The quotes Leanne picks crack me up. If you're in the chat. Somebody asked about affirmations. Where did that go? Oh yeah, Mimi got your job. Congratulations. That's so awesome. I knew you were late, so I wanted to read your success story. You're so abundant. That's amazing. Okay. Somebody asked about affirmations. Stay brolic. I appreciate you. Thank you. Simone, hello. All right. I just saw a thing about affirmations. I wanted to answer. Now I can't effing find it. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Angel Divine says, how can we know our affirmations are working when they feel out of reach? Okay. So we just talked about the footstep thing, right? Like, ultimately your affirmations are leading you somewhere. Every sentence you think and say, sorry. Oh God. It's so frustrating. I'm trying to answer questions, but I have to stare at myself. You know what I mean? It's like, ah. Okay. So, I'm an adjuster. I'm like a constant adjuster. Okay. So, we were talking about affirmation. So every thought you think and say is an affirmation. It is essentially affirming one reality or another, right? Like if you, at the end of the day, every thought or sentence exists within or represents or validates some version of reality, right? Some version of physical reality. Even if my affirmation is just, I'm awake, or I'm not even consciously affirming that I'm awake. But I am somehow right now subconsciously or unconsciously affirming the house I'm in, the internet, my body, the cells, the blood, like everything around me. I'm manifesting all of this at one time without even acknowledging it. So there's like some level of spatial awareness that like must go into the manifestation process, right? So understand that there's always you're always somehow affirming reality, period. Not just like a reality. You're affirming reality, period. With just by being alive and awake. So know that no matter what you're thinking or saying, it is an affirmation. It is describing something, and it is manifesting. It is leading to a manifestation. It's leading to a manifested reality. Let's say that. So where that thing you're talking about exists within, right? So, having just answered a question about affirmations and how those work, what I want to get to with this question is like my what I would do is find out, why do they feel out of reach? What is it about them that feel out of reach? Because it sounds like maybe your goals are like farther out than your worth, or your belief, let's put it that way. Your goals are farther out than your belief is. Like if you're standing in a field and this is like where home base or whatever, your goals are at the pitcher's mound. No, your beliefs are at the pitcher's mound and your goals like over the fences or something if we're in a baseball field. So your affirmations may seem too far out for you to believe because they're past the point of your belief. So my advice would be to like find out why they feel out of reach. What is it that they're contradicting, or what belief is contradicting them, or what insecurity, fear, doubt, worry, blah, 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 is contradicting that, and then make some like halfway point affirmations between, maybe, so that you can feel more aligned with the chosen, and then work on, through therapy or journaling, meditation, all that stuff, hypnotherapy, maybe even like work on how do I say this? Releasing that insecurity or working through it, or upgrading and adjusting it, just kind of like working through the programming that's there, that's already created the situation you're in, so that it doesn't continue to create more as you're trying to manifest out of it with your affirmations. So it's like your affirmation could be, I'm a millionaire, but your brain's like, I'm broke, right? So like if the I'm broke thing doesn't get dealt with, the I'm a millionaire is it's probably falling on, deaf ears, because it doesn't have enough momentum or energy behind it in comparison to the other one might, right? Does that make sense? Kate says visualizing helps me in that scenario. Excuse me. Michelle says, my SP is famous and I used to think he was way better than me. Thanks to your direction and input, I now feel he would be lucky to have me. He would be. Fame is just a job. And definitely doesn't mean that they have better access to, genuine people just because they're famous, and it might even mean the opposite. So being able to be that genuine person for them is a good way to consider yourself worthy enough to like exist within their world, if you're manifesting celebrity type stuff. So just a reminder, there is 1 week left to sign up for 360 Method. 360method.co is the website if you want to go find out more and get the information about the program. It's an 8-week program. I'll be taking you through it live. There are video modules that come out every Monday. You'll watch those, do the homework, and then we'll get together on Thursday and we'll talk about what's working, what's not, help you adjust, help you get to the next week. Each week will have its own meditation and affirmation that go with that week's theme, so that you're constantly doing what you can to keep yourself in the mind frame of your ideal version and working through the stuff that we're working through as a group. It begins June 6th, but sign up ends May 30th, 12 p.m. PST. So if you're interested in joining 360, you got a week to sign up. And we'll begin soon, and it's going to be really exciting. I can't wait. 360method.co. Angel Divine, you're so sweet. Thank you. Carrie, is it okay to have only a few affirmations or better to have many affirmations? Kind of like what I was just saying is that like everything you think and say is an affirmation. So the idea that you only have 3 or whatever, for example, is just not like a fully informed perspective. Like now, if you're asking, like, is it okay to only use 3 like deliberate manifestations or whatever, or excuse me, affirmations for your manifestation, I would say that's totally fine. And I think that when you actually have a smaller amount, it might be easier to remember if you have like one um overarching affirmation about your whole life, or that would like encompass everything working out, or if you have one for like each topic, like love, self-esteem, personal power, money, interpersonal relationships, whatever. You have like a different overarching like umbrella affirmation. There's like it's all about what works for you. But at the end of the day, you may have 3 affirmations that describe your ideal reality, but if the rest of your 59,997 thoughts of the day are not describing your ideal reality, those 3 they're pretty much worthless. It's not that they're worthless, it's a drop in the bucket. Elena says, "Super chats are available. Get your manifestation question answered by Roxy." That is, I don't know, it's just really cute. It caught my attention because the sparkle in the flower. Yeah, if it's your first time, I try to answer what I can, but obviously there's a lot of questions in the chat. So I just kind of like read through questions and kind of see what's relevant for everybody. Or sometimes things just kind of catch my attention. If you want a guaranteed question answered, then you can do a super chat. Otherwise I just pick from what's here. Cases also, if you have the time, would love another success story video on YouTube. They're so uplifting. Oh, okay. All right. Leanne, will you put that on the list, please? A success stories video. Thank you. Okay. Ya mama. Everybody likes I remember that from last week. Ya mama says, "What if you live with the person you want to manifest a new repaired relationship with?" Okay. Again, the thing you're trying to when you're confronted with the thing you're trying to manifest, it can be triggering. I don't want to say it's triggering because I don't want to put that on you, but it can be triggering. And my suggestion for dealing with triggers is twofold. One, lessen your exposure to the trigger, and two, 360, right? Awareness and discipline. Pick a different reaction than you normally would to your trigger, and then do that one instead. Doing a chosen reaction to the trigger instead of the automatic one you've been doing. That's how I coach people to deal with their triggers. When you live with the person, the first one kind of goes out the window, right? It's almost like it's kind of hard to not be exposed to them. So then you have to go really hard on number 2. But you know what I'm saying? Like you really, you just have to double down on it. Let's say that you have to double down on the awareness and discipline because okay, and let's not to say that like all right, okay, sorry. I'm like not fighting with my brain, but I'm like just trying to decide which one to say first. I can't say them both at the same time. Would you rather me say that one first or the process? Okay, so make sure that you're okay. So we'll get to the process in a second. Awareness and discipline. The important thing that they want you to know is that the trigger that's going on with this relationship, it was not most likely was not born in the relationship, right? Meaning like whatever it is that they're triggering in you now has been there probably since childhood. So you do want to work on healing that thing that's causing this, right? Because at the end of the day, you're manifesting this relationship. And part of it is because you're constantly reacting. And so it's just recreating the cycle over and over. But there is still the underlying issue of that you already have manifested this to begin with. So why? right? So that thing needs to be addressed. So therapy, meditation, journaling, hypnotherapy, stuff like that and whatever emotional healing you can do to deal with the underlying thing that's causing this sort of whatever's going on in your relationship, right? The wound that is being like like if it's a scab, like this, whatever's picking the scab off every time the scab's being picked off, what's the wound underneath that scab? Why is there a scab there to begin with? That needs to be addressed. And that's why I suggest lessening your exposure to your trigger, because it's easier to process those emotions when you're not constantly triggering them all the time, right? But if you can't, then I would suggest you still doing that healing. Make sure that you're working on healing what's going on within you to manifest the situation. But then that's where that 360 stuff comes in. That's where the awareness and discipline comes in. You really have to pay attention. You need to know what it is that they do that triggers you. You need to pick a better response, and then you need to go to work on, this is helping, this is working out, everything's on and happening, and we get along so well, we have such a great relationship, we communicate so well, everything's improving, or whatever it is that you want. You'll obviously go into the affirmations once it's time, but it's important that you're doing what you can to not react the same way, and if you do, cleaning it up, redirecting your focus, and just always redirecting yourself into the direction of harmonious relationship. Does that make sense? Angel Divine says, you need to act as if they are the person who you want, and just stop reacting to them. You are in control of what version of them manifests. Yeah, that's basically what condensed version. Okay. Ayumi says, I have a question. Why does everyone always say to listen to affirmations for 21 days? Why is it always 21 days? Because the general consensus, and it could be, I mean, it could not even be real science, but everybody says it takes 3 weeks to make a habit. That's what that is. That's why that's what 21 days is, because 3 weeks to make a habit. That's what that means. But I think they like 3 weeks to make a habit, but it takes like 90 days to solidify it or whatever. But all that, it's just, who knows? But that's what that is. That's what the 21 is for. Tiffany says, okay, this is a different Tiffany. Not to be confused with front row Tiffany. Tiffany, another Tiffany says, sorry, I just want to make sure that I'm giving everybody their proper cred. Okay, a different Tiffany says, hey, Roxy. She's like, my name is not a different Tiffany. Anyways, sorry, I'm going to go forward. This is going to sound crazy, maybe. I manifested a person that has the specifications of the personality from the SP I'm manifesting and is obsessed with me, but I'm not attracted to him. It feels like I need to wait for someone else or something. It doesn't sound crazy. That happens to a lot of people. A lot of people manifest. Is that the word I want to hold on, let me look up if that's the word I want to use real fast, because I think it's a funny word if that's the one. Let me just look. Okay, I heard the word proxy, and I just thought it was a funny word to use. I don't know if that's exactly the exact way I mean it, but it's almost like I see a lot of people who are working on manifesting an SP, and then somebody comes through that either like looks exactly like their SP or has all the exact traits, has the same name. Like, it happens a lot. It's actually very common. So, my advice on that is that what that means is the work you're doing is like your manifesting work is working, but you still have blocks, limiting beliefs, fears, insecurities, worries, doubts, whatever it is, old story, reacting to the 3D, whatever it is, that is keeping that manifestation from reaching your SP, meaning like it's working, but you're contradicting that it works for your SP, or you keep saying that your SP hasn't changed yet, or you're still looking in a way that implies it hasn't reached your SP, something to that nature, right? So you're doing it, but you're still blocking it from this specific person. That's why they're not maybe necessarily exhibiting those traits, but other people are. Powers of Tarot says, "Hey everyone, I wonder if everyone had a good experience with the homework." You missed some shit earlier because Philip came on here and straight up said, I focused on myself and it made my SP come through when I had been doing SP work before and it didn't work. I made a big deal out of it, but yeah, we have had we've had some success from the homework. Alessandra asking about a marriage proposal. I have a video on manifesting marriage. Casilda, hello. Mars, thank you. I appreciate you. Thank you for saying that. Excuse me. Angie says, Roxy, if I remember correct, you said you used to be into tarot and etc. How did you completely switch that off? I think astrology transits help with lifelines, but manifestation is more powerful. I don't think I don't, maybe there's a misunderstanding in communication or something, but I'm not exactly sure what yours. I'm still into tarot. In fact, I'm probably too into tarot. um Sorry. It's a little inside. If you know me, then it's funny. All right, I'm probably a little too into tarot, so I'm still into tarot. I didn't completely switch that off, so I'm not sure what you mean. And I do think the astrology helps with manifestation, and I actually think numerology helps as well. So maybe there's a miscommunication. I just said I don't my if you're looking at, like, I made videos about tarot and astrology. What I said was, don't think that it's the end all be all, basically, is the point of it. It's like, it's fine to use that information for clarity or understanding, connection, whatever, validation, but you can still change the energy. That's the whole point of that, what that video is, if that's maybe what you're talking about. But I still 100, I mean, I've been doing my tarot and watching the YouTube videos. Casilda says, I started doing the law of attraction, and guess what? I finally had a great day. And even if I haven't achieved all that I want with my SP, all that I want, my SP is not with me. I love the way I'm feeling. Nice. Congrats. Princess says, I feel like my SC is on point these past few days. And earlier I affirmed that my two exes will message me tonight and is getting crazy from missing me. They both did message me tonight. Nice. Angie says, yes, there's an older video about astrology tarot. Yeah, yeah. That video is about, don't, like, it's fine to go there. And, you know, I mean, I have a psychic. I have to go to a psychic. So my point is, it's fine to do that stuff. There's nothing wrong with it. And those people, you know, if you trust them, are spiritually inclined. But always just, Mara says tarot is fine, just don't rely on it too much. Yeah, you just don't want it to, like, take over and, like, feel like the end all be all, like that's what it is because somebody told you that. Like, no, you have the ultimate control. Danielle says, when I was single, I decided to stop manifesting an SP because as a whole, he wasn't right for me. Instead, I chose to manifest his best qualities and others I wanted. My boyfriend and I have been together 2 years. Nice. That's awesome. Shantae says, "Oh, yeah, you are too into astrology." Who, me? Because that just looks at where you're at, but you can know but, you can just say what you're manifesting, the words trumpet. Yeah. Maria says, "I spoke to my SP telling him I didn't like how he canceled last minute. I was calm and respectful telling him how he hurt me my feelings, but now he's ignoring me." Sad face. I mean, okay, and? Like, what is he supposed to do? Just, like, grovel at your feet after you admonished him? I mean this with love. I'm gonna sound kinda bitchy right now, but I mean this with love. It's like, think about when your parents punished you. For maybe I'm different. For me, like, when my parents punished me, I'm like, "I need space from you. Like, leave me the fuck alone for a while. You just fucking yelled at me or worse, or who knows what you did. I don't need you all up in my business right now. Like, I'm gonna need some space." Actually, now that I'm saying that, that was like my mom is like the sweetest person in the world, but like that was like my one complaint about her is like she would like get mad at me or say something or whatever, send me in my room or punish me. And then like 5 minutes later, she's like all back to normal, like as if it didn't happen. I'm like, I need time to process the fact that this just went down, mom. But but that's like that's the first thing I thought of was like, give the dude some room. He just got fucking punished. And now you want him to what? And I mean this with love, like, be realistic about this. If you want him to respect you, maybe he needs some fucking time to reflect on what he's done, you know? Give it to him. And don't think that just because it's whatever that everything's this is what we're talking about with the like this is when manifestations are canceled. I spoke to my SPA, but now he's ignoring me. Meh. Okay, and I mean this with love, but seriously, think about it. And what? So, and that's the end? You're done now? You did all this work. You were able to express yourself to someone's feelings, and because now they're taking time to process it, everything's done. Like, just, I mean, honestly, this is where awareness and discipline comes in. There's no awareness nor discipline going on right here, is what I saw. And I mean that with love. And you're like, also, I love you, Roxanne. I love your podcast. I love you too. And this is why I'm telling you straight up, because I just want to give it to you straight. I'm not going to fucking sugarcoat it. But seriously, like, look what you're saying. I just saw like a cowering dog. Like, a person's not a dog, like maybe they need time to again, like reflect and understand what part in it they played and realize what they don't want to do anymore. Before he can show his face a little bit. Maybe I don't know. I'm just saying right off the bat, like, calm down a little bit. Sorry, the energy feels intense for me. Maybe that's just I don't know. Said with love. Keeks, thank you so much for the super chat. Says, dreamt my manifestation was at my door. Good sign. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. But okay, Maria, thank you. I love you. Appreciate you. Thank you. But same with Maria, right? Maria, blah, 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 manifestation is working. Here's a sentence saying it's not. Wham. Yours is kind of the opposite, but the same thing. Everything's going great, we're great. But is it good though? I mean, yeah, good sign. What the fuck what do I have? What does my opinion have to do with whether it's a good sign? You know what I mean? And I'm only pointing this out. The reason I say these things, if they sound snarky, is just because like you could Google what dreaming your manifestation means, right? Like I actually made a video about it. But and to need the validation of whether or not it's a good sign, the best thing I can do for you right now is to say you don't need my validation at all. If you say it's a good sign, it is. So same thing with Maria. Like the best thing I can say to her is to point out, like, why are you stalling your manifestation? And for you, Keeks, why do you need outside validation? And really, like, look at it. Why do I need outside validation? I'm just going deeper. I'm just, I want to give you more to think about. But like, I mean, if you think about it, like, I dreamt what I got, what I had, what I wanted. Is that good? I mean, obviously, right? You could ask anybody. I mean, what kind of question is that, right? And this is where my mind goes. So that's why I want to dig deeper into it. It's like, obviously, hey, I had a good dream. Is that good? Yeah. But why do you need me to tell you it's a good sign? That's where my mind's going, right? So with love, go down that road. How much are you looking for validation outside of yourself? And how many times are you taking something that could be good and questioning whether or not it's good? Because that's kind of what it is. That's really all I'm pointing out. It's like, why question whether it's good? Just say it is, because you're the deciding factor. Oh, that makes sense. Aaliyah said, Casey, you literally look like Ariana Grande. Aaliyah, yeah, you literally have the same name as Aaliyah. No offense to Casey, but that is a picture of Ariana Grande. That's why she looks like her. Sorry, I just thought that was funny. Somebody with the same name as a celebrity looking at a picture of a celebrity and saying, "Hey, you look like a celebrity in the picture." Okay, Keeks, we're good. Okay. And Casey, you are pretty. Don't you dare. No. Mm-mm. Retract that. You are pretty. Okay. Oh my God. Okay. I love you guys. Thank you for letting me. I'm just fucking around with you. Okay. All right. So Casey says, I get paranoid that men could be talking to me for just sex. So I curse them out if I sense even a little that that's their intention because I'm tired and I know I deserve better. Can I just focus on self-concept and not revising how I see men? Oh my God. Casey, I love you. Thank you. Casey said, I'm gonna retract that statement and said, I am pretty. Yay. Okay, yay, Casey. Okay, so let's talk about this. And he said, life is short. So if I sense that childish crap, I tell them off and move on because I am so open to love and ready for a relationship. Okay. Okay. Multiple things are coming up. First of all, you don't have to talk to anybody you don't want to. And if they start giving you some shit, I would do the same thing, right? Like if it's very off-putting to like be looking to just get to know somebody and it immediately goes to sex. I'm with you there. This is my personal opinion. Um, and so personally, I would do the same fucking thing. Like anytime somebody tries to slide in my DMs, I never acknowledge it. Like it's just I'm married, get the fuck out of here. No interest. So so I feel you on that. I agree there 100%. I don't think that that is a problem. I mean, like it's your choice. If somebody gives you vibes that you don't like, fucking who cares? Don't talk to them. You know, you don't know them. It's a stranger on the internet. They could be as fucking creepy as you want. They could be great, but if they're gonna drop some sex stuff right away, then maybe I have some questions about their intentions. To be real frank with you, I don't think that your approach to that is needs any work. That's my opinion as a person. That's not my business as a coach. That's my opinion as a woman. I don't see anything wrong with what you said there. Um, that part. However, can I just focus on self-concept and not revising how I see men? And I'll get to the next one next. That part, no, I don't believe so because you see, how do I say this? From what I've gathered from what you've sent in, to the chat, not just from today, but in previous weeks, I don't think that your concept of men fits into the story that you want it to be, and that's why I think that you should do both. Um, Definitely focus on the self-concept and not necessarily focusing on manifesting them. And I don't know if you were here at the beginning, but we have a testimonial from Philip who did the homework last week of just working on excitement and it made their SP come through. So just working on yourself, 100% great. However, I do think it's important that you revise the way you think about men because from what I've seen so far, it doesn't match up to what you want, right? Like what you're reacting to and how you react to it continues the story that they're being this way, right? So that's one thing. The other thing is when you said life is short, so if I sense that childish crap, I tell them off and move on. I'm so open to love and ready for relationship. Okay. Oh, also about the telling them off part, the cursing them out. I don't want to say that's how I feel about that. I mean, like I would just go, like I said, I would just not answer. I would just ghost because I just don't put up with that shit. But if you curse them out, I mean, that's whatever, your business. I'm talking about the way that you approach it. Like if you bring up sex to me, we're not going to fucking talk. Like if I just met you, we haven't even had a conversation. You're already talking about sex. Goodbye. Right. Like again, that part I agree with. The cursing them out, that's on you. That's your decision. That's none of my business. If you sense the childish crap, tell them off. Fine. That's on you. This is the part that's raising red flags to me. And tell them to move on because I am so open to love and ready for a relationship. I question that because I don't think that you believe fully 100% that that kind of love is being sent to you, right? You're working on it, it sounds like, but just this is where the problem is, right? Because you asked about, can I not do self-concept and just let this through? That's where or excuse me, can I not revise how I see men and just let the relationship come through? I think that there's contradiction there. It feels frictiony to me. So I would say work on that. The men that do contact you are open, kind, honest, respectful, uh gentlemanly. I don't know what, like, look up words that mean, not that would, what they're not doing. How do I say this? Look up words that mean respectful. Like, go to the thesaurus.com and look up other words for respectful and start describing men that way. That they always respect your boundaries. They understand you, they say the right things, you feel very comfortable when you're talking to new people, things like that. That's where I would say your work needs to be done, so that you can be open and ready for the relationship, because it's like you're open and then you close yourself off immediately because they're not giving you what you want to see. So it's like what you want is not what's actually going on. And not that it's wrong, but that's just like what I see going on, right? So does that make sense? Okay, yeah, because she goes, men that contact me are open, kind, honest, respectful. Love that, man. It's my affirmations. Yes. Okay. So it's not just about affirmations. This is how men are, period. This is how you see men, period. There is no other option, right? Like, this can't just be, these are the affirmations I'm using. This is how men are, you know? And if you see contradiction of that, it's like, wow, that's crazy. Cause luckily the men in my life, or the men that come to me, or the men that I talk to, are so blah, 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 right? Like, you want to make sure that when you see the actions that you don't like, it's the exception, not the rule, right? Because we've been flip-flopping it. We see things that we don't like and we're like, see, that's how it always is. And we're expecting the exception to come through and fix everything. But it's just, we're not, our language isn't set up to do that. Wow. Okay. I feel like the flow of information is coming out really, really fast today. I don't know how to explain it. It feels like the faucet's on open more than it's ever been open. Like, when you turn a knob just a little bit on, like when the cat wants to drink out of the faucet, you just turn it on a little bit. Or when you're ready to, when you want to wash your hands, you got a heavy duty job, you turn it all the way on and the water just pours out. That's how I feel today. I feel like all of it is just like rushing through me when I try to answer. So I hope it's coming. I hope I'm saying this because I feel like I'm having a hard time articulating today, because everything is trying to come out at one time, which normally it comes out one at a time usually. Okay. Okay, we're good. We have positive response in the chat. Okay, good. All right, good. Oh, all right. Let's take a breath. I need to take a breath. I feel like I need to do some jumping jacks or something. Elvin said it's the eclipse energy. Is it? I don't know about any of that stuff. People always ask me in DMs, like, what does this mean when this planet's doing this? I'm like, I have no fucking clue. I'm the last person to ask. I have no idea. Allie, how are you? Good to see you. Okay. Elizabeth says, I've been listening to Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself by Joe Dispenza, and man, is it eye-opening. Is that his book? What is that? Christina. Oh, gosh. Shantae says, wow, that's amazing what you said about the energy and answers coming through. You're telling everyone exactly what we wanted to hear. Oh, that's good. Yeah. That's good to hear. Oh, someone's asking about how to access the homework. The homework is at our forum. So roxytalks.com/forum. And I think, Leanne, correct me if I'm wrong. I think it's even /homework beyond that, right? Is it roxytalks.com/forum/homework? If that doesn't work, 100% just go to the forum, roxytalks.com/forum, or you can even go to my website, click the, it's either the free resources tab and then click community, something like that. I'm about to change my website. So I'm like, my brain's kind of different places. Okay. Oh, there's another super chat. Let me see. Okay, Casey, thank you so much. Casey says, how exactly do you personally view everyone as you pushed out? Do I affirm that all men that I ever speak to are respectful, or that only respectful men are sent to me? Both. Both. Yes. All the above. Because no, you did not just call Esther Hicks Bette Midler. Oh my God, Kyle. Oh my God. Okay. Sorry. Sometimes the chat's distracting. Okay. Yeah, so do I affirm that all men that I ever speak to are respectful? Fuck yes, you do. And do I only respectful men are sent to me? Fuck yes, they are. Absolutely both. And you know what? Honestly, Casey, I'm seeing a bridge being, like, in my mind, I'm seeing a bridge being formed. And we love moms so much. Of course, we love moms so much, and we only want to help improve your relationship and connection. I can't help wonder if the respect thing is spilling over to other areas, right? Like, let's not just affirm that men are respectful, that all men you ever speak to are respectful, and that only respectful men are sent to you, both. Because, of course, only respectful men are sent to you, because all men you speak to are respectful. So if you're speaking to them, they're respectful. But also that, like, your family members respect you and the people around you respect you, and they have respectful conversations with you. They respect your boundaries. You know what I mean? I see the greater overarching respect thing happening with you, you know? So just curious let me know how you feel about that. And let me know what you've been working on as far as with your mom, right? Like, what have you been working on that as far as the affirmations go? Because I know we were talking about that last week. Oh my gosh. Wait, Leanne, people said you look like Bette Midler? No way. Have they ever seen Bette Midler? No. Oh my gosh. There's no way. Okay, Casey says, that's true. I was talking to my mom about my love life yesterday, and she said, men like women who are put together, and that my love life will improve when I get in shape, which made me angry. Yeah. Okay. So here's the other thing. This happens to a lot of people. Like, manifestations, the topics are linked to each other, and they, like, taint each other. And so this is why I always talk about separating your manifestations. In the video, the I'm the Turkey video, I talk about how each little ingredient in your Thanksgiving dinner is its own entity, right? Like, the mashed potatoes need the attention the mashed potatoes need. The turkey needs the attention the turkey needs. The gravy needs the attention gravy needs. Every little piece has its own part. It plays its own part, and it has its own requirements, and they all need to be, handled to their specifications in order for your Thanksgiving dinner to be complete and whole, right? So right now, there is a link between how people treat you in general to how you feel about yourself. There's a link with how your family treats you to how you treat yourself to how men treat you. And all of that is all intertwined, right? So, or entwined is a better way of saying it. You said, I stopped manifesting respect for my family, and instead I'm manifesting moving out and speaking to them once a month. Okay, so I mean, this is your life. Do what you got to do to be in the reality you want, you know? So, if you're I would say, can you manifest respect and moving out? Because that's best case scenario, right? Like, I don't want respect or moving out. I'm gonna move out, and you're gonna respect the fuck out of me, and you're gonna understand the boundaries because I'm showing them to you now. Sorry, you couldn't respect my boundaries, so I got the fuck up out of here. And I hope you can learn to respect my boundaries as I'm over there living within my own boundaries and allowing who I allow in, right? So he said, "Whoa, that actually makes sense." OMG. Yeah, exactly. So they respect your boundaries, they respect you for moving out, and they respect you for who you are, respect you how you look, respect you for the choices you make. Um, you're inspiring to them. They believe in all your choices. Like whatever you need to say to make this work out for you, but like we're not going to pick one or the other. We're taking all, right? Men respect you. Your mom respects you. Your family respect you. You respect you. And now the universe is bringing you into your own space where you get to really cultivate who Casey is. And that's amazing. Okay, so Casey, so what you just did, I'm just going to point out, you just undid it, right? So you go, I can manifest respect for my family and moving out, but even if they don't speak, their energy is irritating. Ha ha ha. Yeah, that's maybe funny, but go on, keep telling me how irritating they are and expect them to respect you. Because, you know, like not being respected is really irritating. You know what I'm saying? Like you just you just took another ride on the pony just that. You just put another quarter in your fucking pony and you're wondering why they're still riding you to disrespect land. You keep popping pennies in there or quarters or whatever. Excuse me. So Casey, yeah, like you got to really be careful because if if you call them annoying, they have to fucking be annoying to you. There's no way around it. They can't change when you are calling them that, you know? Okay. The Empress says, and thank you for the super chat, says, any thoughts on the no contact rule? Hope it works. Okay, I'm gonna tell you this right now. Your hope ain't gonna do shit for you. Sorry. I mean that with love. Like, you might as well just like take that hope and wipe your butt with it and throw it down the toilet because it's like, who cares what you hope for? You know? Um, right now, what I see, any thoughts on the no contact rule? Hope it works. This is what you're telling me. I'm going to try not reaching out to them in the hopes that they will reach out to me. That is not manifesting from a power position. And so that's why I said you might as well just wipe your ass with the hope because it's not that it can't happen, but like, how much time do you really have? Like, waiting for a hope and a prayer, like, I mean, cool, but that's not what we're doing here, right? We're not like hoping for stuff. We're intending and we're staying on topic, right? Okay, good. You're laughing. Okay, good. So, so, um, so the no contact rule. The reason the no contact now, okay. Let me back up. And I will say this right now. I have not done proper research on who coined the term, when it came about, and what it was exactly in reference to. But my instincts are telling me, and I may be wrong, but this is how I instinctually feel, is that the no contact rule is something that came about from like dating advice, right? Dating advice and manifesting advice are not the same fucking thing. Dating coaches and manifestation coaches are not the same thing. So if you're taking the advice on, that's 3D world advice. Do not contact them because they're going to miss you and you're going to, and there's all these like 3D reasons of why you're not supposed to, right? But so again, I would advise against using dating advice for as manifesting advice, if that makes sense. Now, having said that, I have a video on the no contact rule about no contact and why it doesn't work from an energetic or excuse me, not why it doesn't work from an energetic standpoint, but where you have to approach it from an energetic standpoint. Because if you're just doing this so you can get them, you don't understand how manifesting works and it's not going to work in your favor because you're not doing it in your favor. You're doing it against your favor. So So the reason why you would go no contact is for a few reasons. Earlier, like I said, you want to lessen your reaction to your triggers. That's one of them because your SP is triggering, right? We talked about it earlier. Any manifestation that has not come through or is not behaving the way you want it to be can be triggering for you. And even just, and I don't even mean like it's going to send you into a spiral, it can trigger you into thinking that what you have right there is what you have right there. And that alone is detrimental to your manifestation. So you have to be able to look at what's in the 3D and not give a fuck about it and not let it affect what you think about the overall manifestation, how you interact with them, how it's going to work for you and all that stuff. So part of no contact in my perspective is about the fact that you're lessening your exposure to this person or to reaching out to them, and you're preventing yourself from having more of a contradictory reaction to your 3D world, right? So it's like if you lessen the if you were, let's say that you were texting them every 3 days and they're maybe responding hey back and forth, or maybe you've texted them once and they haven't said shit back to you or whatever. If you're thinking about this contact, should I contact them? Can I? Should I? Would I? Will they respond? I don't know. What should I say? Should I do blah, blah, blah? All that stuff is not you describing or manifesting them as somebody that like can't stop thinking about you and always wants to reach out to you, right? Like, cause that's where you want to conceptualize them, is that if they're going to reach out to anybody, I'm first on the list. Maybe your mom, fine. Like you're making things, like you're making it logical. Like if I'm your number one person, I'm the first person you're calling. And if that's where I want to put myself, then I need to consider myself like that all the time. So if thinking about contacting you makes me think all these thoughts that tell me that I'm not your number one person, are they going to write back? When will they? They haven't yet. How come they won't? Every time I do, they only say this. Now they're ignoring me. Now they're ghosting me. All those thoughts are not helping you. So if you can lessen the amount that you're thinking those throughout the day, you're going to do yourself some favors, right? So lessen the amount you're thinking those, lower the amount of times you're thinking about contacting them here to zero, right? Because all of that manifesting power that was wasted on creating a version of them that didn't want to talk to you now gets channeled into something else. And if you're doing it right, it gets channeled into, bitch, I'm the fucking best. There's nowhere else to go in town. So you're working on becoming as radiant and energetic and magnetic and satisfied in life so that you can easily magnetize all of the people to you that you want and need. And that's what this whole process is really about as far as manifesting goes. So my thoughts on the no contact rule are that it's great if you're using it in the right way, because if you're just using it to get them, you already are saying that you don't have them. But if you're using the no contact rule because you're like, you know what? I've been focusing way too much on them. I'm not manifesting what I want. It's making me all triggered. It's making me all fucked up. I'm going to stop thinking about them for this, let's say 30 days or whatever. I'm not going to worry about them. I don't care what they're doing. I'm not going to reach out to them. I'm going to focus 30 days on just making myself happy, being my best self, doing what I love, and just enjoying life. We already heard from Philip that that's the answer to, that's what happens when you do that. Your SP has no choice but to be attracted to you. And if you weren't here earlier, Empress, I invite you to rewind to the beginning. We had Philip, and he might still be here, but he was talking about how last week our homework was to just be excited for a week. I just wanted everyone to be excited about living in life. And he said he put his SP manifestation on pause just to, well, I'm actually paraphrasing for him. He said he didn't focus on SP, I think is what he said. And he just focused on the excitement of himself, and his SP came through. They were seeing like seeing him everywhere, seeing his name, hearing his name, feeling like they had to reach out. They were being bombarded with images of him while he was just doing, my life's great. And that's how it works. And that's why I always stress the self-concept. I always stress the self-love, the self-work, because if you just be awesome, if you just radiate awesomeness, they can't help but come begging for it. So, and I'm just using blanket language here, but go check out that video that I put up already. Just put Roxy Talks No Contact in YouTube, or they might have already linked it here. I didn't see in the chat. They might have. But just, that one's going to break it down for you. But just think about the concept that I just moved my camera. Just think about the concept that you're using when you're considering this no contact. Why do I need to go with no contact? Is it because they're not contacting me? Is because I believe that they're not going to? Am I doing it so that I can trick the universe into like, having them message me. Like all of that stuff is just proves that you don't have them. Okay. Oh boy. Okay. Foxy Sunrise. I like your name. Says opinions on manifesting perfect health in regards to a lifelong. Hold on. Babe, are you still in here? Oh God, it's hot. I need my heater turned off. Okay. Opinions on manifesting perfect health in regards to a lifelong / incurable health condition, especially when things come up in the 3D with body discomforts. Okay. So, Foxy, I have a, oh my God. Sorry. It's like really hot. Where's my fan? There it is. Okay. I just hear my heater blowing and I'm like, no, don't. Okay. Opinions on manifesting perfect health. So first off, I actually have a couple of videos. There is a Mindset Monday episode from, it's almost exactly a year. It would probably be the beginning of June 2021. And I'm wearing a white shirt. There's the Mindset Monday. And then there is a podcast episode from around the same time, end of May, early June 2021, where I discuss manifesting physical healing in your body. And in the Mindset Monday video, actually in both videos, I was suffering from Bell's palsy at the time. So half my face didn't work, and it was like really uncomfortable and hard to do my job as an on-camera person. And you know, it was a really difficult time for me, but I described my healing process, and actually Shantae actually pointed this out to me the other day. She left a comment on that video. But you know, I'm showing in real time how to deal with an illness or something that's like really hard. Like, you know, I'm sitting there with half my face not working and I'm affirming through it on that video call on the Mindset Monday. So I would direct you there to show you like how. And then in the podcast episode, I have like a 4-step process for healing, and I break it down in the podcast episode. I would say definitely dive into that. And then Joe Dispenza also does a lot on healing and healing with the mind. And like like how to do that, I guess. But so I'll say this. My 4-step process is number 1 is disidentifying, disassociating with the illness. So first off, I would never call it incurable again. I would erase lifelong as well. So let me talk about mine. I'm more comfortable saying Bell's palsy now, but at the time I wouldn't say it. I wouldn't even use the word. I changed the word. So if I heard it or I had to say it, I would change it in my mind to Belle's perfection, because I was like, okay, Belle's a Disney princess. She has a perfectly symmetrical face. I have a perfectly symmetrical face, blah, 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 whatever. So I changed it in my mind to Belle's perfection. That's what I called it. And so that was step 1. And I don't have the other thing. I have Belle's perfection because I look like a fucking Disney princess. And do you see how symmetrical and perfect my face is? Like that's where my mind would go. This is how I describe it when it would come up my mind. And if somebody would say it, or if, you know, I have to talk to the doctor, or if I'm talking to people, or whatever it is, anytime I would think about it, look in the mirror, obviously, I would have to change the name of it. And then I did not associate the fact that I had it. So it's like 2 things: change the name and you don't have it, right? So both of those things I would say here: take incurables, gone forever, never fucking heard of her. Lifelong, I don't fucking think so, because it's about time that shit's leaving. So I don't know what you mean by lifelong. Have I, you know, been working towards enjoying my ideal body for a while? Yeah, I have. And I'm really excited for this new chapter where I'm going to enjoy the fruits of my labor or something like that. We cannot assume that it's like, don't assume that it's incurable or that it's lifelong. I don't care who's told you that. Like, who the fuck them? Why are you listening to them? This is your life, your body. You make the decisions, okay? So that's step 1. Step 2 is doing the hold on, sorry, I don't remember. I don't know. I might say it out of order, to be honest with you. I don't remember what order I put it in the episode, but it's actually now I do remember. Maybe it's visualizations, the second visualization, affirmations, and then doing the work. Yeah. Okay. So it's changing the association. And then the next thing would be using visualization to, for me, like when I was doing my face, I was every single day, I was visualizing all of my nerve endings reconnecting and firing up. And just over and over, I was like a switchboard. I was flipping it on and everything lights up, flipping on, everything lights up. I like looked at the actual nerve patterns of the face so I could see exactly where my nerves were so that when I visualize them, I was visualizing the right fucking shit, and like visualizing these like little lightning bolts and zapping on, just turning it on, turning it on, turning it on all day long. Cause I had nothing to I couldn't watch TV. I couldn't read. I couldn't do anything. I could barely see. So I just had to sit around and I was just turning my face on all day long, turning my face on, turning my face on, turning my face on, visualizing. The other part of it is the affirmations. My face is perfectly symmetrical. It works perfectly fine. It works, both sides work evenly. When I smile, both sides, all those things describing what I wanted it to be like. I had to use affirmations, not only the visualization, but the affirmation to describe what I wanted my body to be. And then the fourth step is to actually do the physical 3D world healing, whatever it is that, don't stop taking your medication. Don't stop doing your 3D, your physical therapy or whatever it is. We still do the 3D reality stuff because that stuff is manifestation as well. Those things are manifestations as well. So, I would never suggest people don't listen to their doctors as far as like treatment goes. When I say don't listen to them, I mean like when they tell you it's incurable, don't adopt that lifestyle. When they tell you this is forever, don't adopt that lifestyle. Like whether or not it's existing in your body, that's a different fucking story. I'm not going to tell myself and live the life of and put the ID tag on myself that says I'm going to have this for life. I don't fucking think so. Let them carry that fucking burden. That's not you. But still, obviously, take your medication, do your treatment. Like that part, I'm not, please don't think that I'm telling you not to do your regular treatments in any way. I'm saying do your regular treatments. That's literally part of it. Step 4, continue doing the 3D. I had to take steroids and they literally told me, they gave me meditation as they prescribed meditation in the hospital. They're like, you need to meditate. I'm like, oh, all right, I will. I had to take my steroids and the meditation. I had things that I had to do in the physical world that my doctors told me to do. Obviously I would have meditated anyways. But you do all of it. And I call it throwing the book at it. So when you have an illness or whatever, throw the book at it. Your visualizations, your affirmations, your confirmations, your physical actions are all in the story working to validate and continue the perfect functioning of your body. So if you're looking at, and forgive me, I'm going to say some things right now, and forgive me if I sound ableist, okay? I'm going to be real frank with you. If I do, I don't know. I really don't know because I'm fortunate enough to not have had that situation, so I can't say whether or not I hope I don't offend anybody with what I'm about to say. I was going to say something like if it's something very obvious, like if you can't walk, right? Like if you can't walk and you're looking, and again, I don't know, you're in physical therapy or you're in a chair or whatever, and you're seeing physically like I can't do these things. It's those thoughts that kind of like keep you there. And I'm not saying it'll cure paralysis or whatever. I'm just saying those thoughts in the moment that validate that this issue is yours. That's how you stay manifesting in a reality where that's the case, right? So if you look at Dr. Joe Dispenza, according to him, he has a lot of records of people healing from their mind of all kinds of diseases, incurables, paralysis, blindness, deafness, all kinds of stuff, cancer. So what I want to say to this is, when it's in the body and you're feeling it or you're looking at it, that's where your affirmations need to be really on top. Like, my body is so strong. My legs work so well. I feel so healthy. Thank you for my body. Like, whatever it is, we want to be using the affirmation in the positive when it gets hard. Because if it's getting hard in the body and you're agreeing, you're not making any change. You know what I'm saying? So it's like when it gets hard is when it's most important to affirm through it. And that's why I suggested to watch the Mindset Monday, even though the 4 steps are clearly laid out on the podcast. So if you go to my podcast a year ago, manifest physical healing in your body, 4-step process clearly laid out. If you go to Mindset Monday from a year ago where I come on and talk about it when I'm wearing like the white sweatshirt, that you can see me in real time doing what I'm talking about. So that. And again, I'm not a doctor. Please don't take this as medical advice. Please don't stop the treatments that your doctors are giving you, but you can conceptualize this differently. Okay, I hope I gave enough disclaimers. Do not sue me. I'm not giving you medical advice. Okay. Shantae says, I'm seeing all your cells in perfect alignment. Thank you, Shantae, for doing that for our lovely community. Okay, Kay, thank you so much for the super chat says, can feeling down sometimes ruin my manifestation? I want to say no. No, let me say. Can it? Obviously, it can. Do you have to let it? No, you don't. So this is where awareness and discipline comes in again. And I would invite you to read the book, Ask and It Is Given by Esther Hicks. We were talking about her earlier. Ask and It Is Given by Abraham Hicks or Esther Hicks is a great book to help you know how to keep yourself going when you feel down. But that's like how. Let's talk about why. Can it ruin your manifestation? Can it? Of course it can. Does it have to? No. And here's why. Life is always full of ups and downs. No matter how rich you are, no matter how beautiful you are, no matter how much love you have, no matter how many followers you have, no matter how great your relationship is, no matter how amazing everything in your life is, there will always be ups and downs. There's no way to escape that. And I'll prove it to you right now is like even the richest people in the world have, people that die. And I think personally, grieving is like the worst thing we have to experience. Is losing somebody that we love is like the worst things humans as on a whole have to go through, right? It's like a universal human experience. I think that's the worst one personally. That's my opinion. So knowing that I could have every manifestation I've ever wanted, I could be I could be Jeff Bezos and still lose, somebody close to me. It's going to make me feel something down. Like it's going to make me feel down, right? Like there's just no way around it. So does that mean that Mr. Jeff Bezos, and I'm just as a reference, or Mr. Musk or whatever, with lots and lots and lots of money who appear to have it all, do they really? Like, do you think that they never have bad days? Do you think that they're never sad or upset or triggered or have, stuff from their childhood come up? Absolutely not. Everybody deals with it no matter what they've been able to accomplish. So you can see that you can still achieve the unthinkable and experience things that are like, I don't want to comment on anyone's personal life. Like, I don't know these people. It's none of my business. But like, Jeff Bezos went through a divorce. They may have parted on the best ways possible. Divorce is still a lot of fucking work and it's still really hard and stressful no matter what. So again, there's no guarantee that nothing bad will ever happen to you just because you get your manifestations. And if you think that that's what the deal is, then you're going to be really fucking disappointed when shit happens and you're not going to know how to handle it. So yes, it will affect your manifestations because you won't know how to handle it and you're going to be like, why is this happening to me? So when something happens, when you're down, I'm down right now. I'm feeling down. And so what am I going to do? I'm going to do extra self-care. I'm going to call my therapist. I'm going to take a walk. I'm going to call my best friend. I'm going to eat some ice cream. I'm going to watch some cat videos. I'm going to lay on the couch. I'm going to do the shit that brings me joy. I'm going to go to the gym. I'm going to, whatever it is that is your thing, I'm going to do the things that make me feel good on a normal day when I'm not feeling shitty so that I can maybe bring myself up to a normal level when I'm down. But even so, I'm just going to treat myself with kindness. And I'm going to continue watching my manifestations unfold, even if I feel shitty or whatever. Like I feel shitty and my stuff's working out. So does that make sense? Like just because you feel down, it has nothing to do with your manifestations until you think it does, until you associate that with it, until you think, oh, I'm down. Now my manifestations aren't working. Oh, I'm sad. Now they're not going to, oh, they didn't text me back. Now it's not me. Like that's when it gets ruined, is when you make assumptions about it. But if you can just be down and be like, yeah, I'm fucking down right now. And I'm a human being. I'm not supposed to be up all the time. What's up all the time? Nothing's up all the time. So, making peace with the fact that down is going to happen. And if it can't not, it's part of life. And the downs are what make the ups so good. So we don't want to like not have them. We just want to be able to get through them without thinking that everything in the fucking world is over because we don't feel good today. With love. Okay. Casey, thank you for the super chat, sis. You said last super chat, I promise. No worries, girl. I was asking my best friend today, who said yes, could I love myself and still be miserable? I want to work on self-concept and get my manifestations without having to pretend that life is good and jolly. Okay, let's think about this. Could I love myself and still be miserable? Let's unpack this, because what would make you miserable? You know what I mean? Like, what does miserable mean to you? And does somebody that truly loves themselves want to allow themselves to stay in misery? You know? These are just questions I'm asking you because I don't know the answer to this, because this is you. This is like a you question. This isn't even a question for your friend. This is a journal question for you to ask. So, can I love myself and still be miserable? Can those two things coexist? Because when you're loving yourself, you're not being miserable. And when you're being miserable, you're not loving on yourself, you know? Um I want to work on self-concept and get my manifestations without having to pretend that life is good and jolly. So this is what I don't understand. Okay, because manifestation though is a mirror. So what are you asking? I want things to work out for me without having to do the work? Like really I'm really wondering what you're saying. You know what I'm saying? You know what, you know what I'm saying? Do you know what I'm saying? Um, but like, how can you okay, Casey says miserable is something going wrong all the time, whether it's direct or not. Example, direct weight gain, indirect, the shooting in Buffalo, New York. Okay. So all the stuff outside of you, if you're considering that in your shit, you are looking at your 3D world and making it part of your story. We already know that that's not good. So the shooting in Buffalo, if you want to do something about that stuff, then provide aid to the victims. Provide aid to Buffalo. Send fucking money for water people in Flint to have water. Like if you have a problem what's going on in the 3D world outside of you, then fucking do something about it and send them some money, help them out, go volunteer at a shelter, do something actual in the 3D world to assist in that stuff, because it has nothing to do with you. We are all collectively manifesting this stuff somehow by reacting to it. We're seeing it happen. We know that the world is what it is. We're listening to this side. This side's going this. They're doing this. There's a shooting here. This thing here. Blah blah blah. We're all soaking all this shit up. And remember earlier, I don't know if you were here actually for that. In the beginning, I was talking about how, or maybe towards the middle beginning, how just sitting here, I'm manifesting all this shit around me without me realizing I'm doing it. So there is some level of like unconscious like baseline manifestation of reality happening. And so all of the things that you hear on the news and the shootings and all that stuff, that gets fed into this idea of what the 3D world is. If you think that's part of your shit, then you've just made it a part of your shit and you're reacting to the 3D world again. And it doesn't matter if we're talking SP, your mom, or some other stranger that you don't know, you're letting your 3D world affect your manifestations. And why you already know the answer to that. So are people getting shot in Buffalo because you gain weight? No. Are you going to find all kinds of ways to make yourself feel shitty about what you're doing if this is the kind of attitude you have? Absolutely. And this is why, no, I don't think you can love yourself and be miserable, because no, Casey, oh, I just want to like smack you and give you a hug at the same time. Smack you with love like this. No. Okay. So miserable, something going wrong all the time, whether it's a direct or not. That is not love. Something going wrong all the time. That's not what love feels like. Love is like, bring it on. I don't care if it's wrong. I'm gonna have fun either way. Or whatever. It's a different energy. It's not this, something fucking always wrong. I gain weight, motherfucker. No, you're not loving yourself when you're talking about your weight gain. You're not loving yourself when you're thinking that your weight gain is harming people outside of yourself. That's not love. So this is why I'm challenging you, because I don't, maybe the definitions are, you know what I'm saying? Dina, don't even make, no, Dina, no, I love you to, I'm just gonna delete this because you just did the thing I said about making it about you, which I don't mean that in a bitchy way. I mean that with love. Like, don't bring this into your 3D reality with love. Listen, I'm not gonna foster that on the chat. Like, no. We just talked about exactly. Dala says, "Who fucking cares about the 3D? Everyone who cares about their 3D are the ones not manifesting the shit they want." I mean, there's no wrongs in that statement. It's true though. So like Casey again, I don't think that miserable and love go in the same, they're not this, they don't go together. You know, it's like oil and water. So I just don't see, if you really break down, you're thinking nothing's gonna be good enough, you're affecting things negatively, that's not love. Jinx said, "I've had to unlearn this idea that I should always be Susie fucking Sunshine." Yeah, or no, Jinx said effing Sunshine. Excuse me, Jinx. Yeah, and I think I mentioned this. Maybe I said this on this. Maybe not. But I was talking to my friend that's a business owner, and she was talking to another person that's a business owner, and they said something like, and I know not everyone here is American, but I am, so I'm gonna say my own bias here. But they said, Americans have this idea that they're supposed to be happy all the time. Like a lot of places in the other places in the world apparently don't. I don't know if that's true. That's just something that it's kind of been rattling around in my brain ever since I heard it, is like, why do we expect that we have to be happy all the time? And also, is that a bad thing? And can we be happy all the time? Like, is it possible? Should we accept that that's not possible? Whatever. Lord. Okay. Again, sorry everything's so jumbled today. I feel like everything is just rushing out of me at one time. Are you guys talking about big, what is it called? Big mouth. I was gonna call it big lips. Are you guys talking about big mouth? I saw someone talk about the hormone monstrous. Okay. All right. Kyle, thank you, Kyle, for the super chat. Says, any intuitive advice for me in manifesting an SP? I've been doing the work both internally and externally. We see each other once a month for a class. Things go amazing, and then nothing. Ex-lovers. Shit. Yeah, right there. That's the problem. You have too many expectations. Like, okay, that intuitively, that's what the first thing, that right there, you said it, ex-lovers ish with the fucking emoji. That emoji, right? There's too much story, there's too much backstory going on. So whatever, ex-lover ish right there told me everything. I don't know anything about your relationship. I just know that it exists within that ex-lover shit tag, and everything that exists within ex-lover shit, they're gonna do, because you're still defining their relationship as ex-lover bullshit. So what are they gonna do? They're gonna do some bullshit that an ex-lover might. So I would say bring your story forward. You see each other. You've been seeing each other once a month, but now they can't stand it anymore. They have to see you more. They think about you constantly. And because when you're together, things go amazingly, and then all they do is think about you the whole time. So now they're going to start making moves. You're going to start putting yourself into the energetic place where you are attracting and not repelling. By calling it all the whole story of whatever ex-lover shit, all that stuff is attached and needs to be detached. So were you here when Philip talked about what happened with him when he did the excitement homework? My advice to you is to clean up your story, bring it forward to the point now again where you've been seeing each other once a month, but it's no longer enough for them. So they're doing everything in their power to bring you guys closer together. And now that has been set, you're going to go about inserting joy into your life and excitement as much as possible. Because that's where the answers lies, is in the attention that you put into your own well-being. And for those of you that are going through that are crying, that don't have your person or your manifestation, like, I don't even know what to say. Like, nothing's coming out. Like, I feel you. I understand. I get it. We all have those things that are hard for us. And I think that some people, because they see so many people having successes in what they want, they forget that the same people that have successes in what they want might not have successes in areas that you might have, or whatever. It's just, there's so much comparison going on to like what other people are manifesting and what other people are doing, and not enough really critical focus on what I'm doing to alleviate my problems or to perpetuate my problems. Okay, Melissa says, oh yeah, let's do last call for super chats. Thanks, Lan. So we'll do last call for super chats right now, and then we'll get into homework. Casey, is the excitement thing the same as shit that brings me joy? Kinda. Essentially, yeah. I would want you to be doing more shit that brings you joy, but the other excitement thing was more about just being excited about what life is bringing you, and greeting things with excitement, greeting them with positivity and not negativity, not greeting things with like same old shit or expecting them to go the way that they always have gone. It's, looking at things in a new way and being excited about what's to come from it, and not just assuming that it's going to end up the same old way that it always has. So like fresh eyes. Sorry. Where are you? I feel you, but I can't see you. All right, motherfucker. Sorry, I got a cat hair stuck to my lipstick. Melissa says, Roxy, 2 things. 1, last week was so exciting. And 2, if an unwanted thought popped up, I got this hilarious visual of you as, where'd it go? As a video game character tennising them away with your fan. I love that. Yes. Bitch, get up out of here. There. Out. Okay. Yeah. That's funny. Elizabeth, how can I meditate for long sessions without falling asleep? Practice and this sounds weird, but like getting enough sleep. Like I notice sometimes when I get to the point where I start falling asleep, I just have to stop meditating because actually, hold on, let me back up. Kyle Cease would say, fall asleep. Obviously your body needs the rest, and maybe there's information you still might get it even if you're not conscious for it. For me, I tend to like when I start falling asleep and my meditations don't make sense anymore, I usually just kind of pull myself out. And generally that happens when I like haven't been sleeping well, or if I haven't been meditating regularly. Like if I've been skipping days sometimes, it's harder for me to stay super focused when I go in there. So I would just say, maybe break it up into a shorter one, or like, take a break, take a drink, maybe write down some notes and then go back into it. Try working your way up to it. Things like that. And also, just fall asleep and see what happens. Jupiter, thank you. Okay, so last week's homework was last call for super chats, everybody. Last week's homework, we talked about excitement and working excitement into your life. We've already had a couple people talk about what they've experienced from it. Anybody else want to share what happened when they did the homework of working excitement into their life? Powers of Tarot says, I had such an exciting week. The homework was perfect. I defined exciting as an abundant social life, and I was invited out twice unexpectedly. I made more friends randomly, and I was also liked on. Oh, ask out on dates. Oh, yes. That's amazing. One word, Leanne says, I didn't manifest the exciting homework. I thought the intention was too vague. That's on you. That's your life. Powers of Tarot said, more group manifestations, please. Yeah, I'm down to do more. Dina says, I'm trying to manifest through heartbreak, and sometimes it's okay, but mostly I just feel a lot of pain. Dina, my instinctual answer is then you need to focus on healing the heartbreak and not trying to manifest through it. Because, okay, I just saw, okay, all right, here, this is the analogy that they just showed me. Imagine you have a broken leg and you have a cast, and you're like, oh, I'm trying to heal my broken leg, but I'm also trying to walk on it. So it's like, which is it? You know, like, if you're walking on your fucking broken leg, you're not healing it, you know? And if you're healing it, you're not walking on it. So I think that the answer here is that the manifestation needs to stop. And honestly, that's what fucking Philip told us. Philip straight up said he had been manifesting his SP and there was no contact. He stopped focusing on that person, focused entirely on himself, and that's what made it come through. And that's what I've been saying for fucking years now. The same shit. So I've been saying it for years. Philip comes on here and tells you straight from his mouth that it fucking happened. And I gotta tell you, I think that the reason you're not healing or manifesting is because you're not doing enough. You're multitasking, right? Like when humans multitask, you do your functionality on both of them goes down, right? So if you're trying to do half healing, half manifesting, you're doing neither of both, probably. Because like, and I'm not saying that nobody should manifest through healing. I'm talking to Dina because Dina's been working on this for a while, and she says right here, I'm trying to manifest through heartbreak, and sometimes it's okay, but mostly I just feel a lot of pain. That's telling me, quit trying to manifest. You need to put his ass on a fucking shelf. You have got to stop focusing on this person and put the attention on yourself. Like it, and when you put the attention on yourself and everything's fine, and then you take a breath and you look around and you realize he hasn't come through yet, put the attention back on yourself and don't let that devolve you back into your old place. Because I feel like that's what's happening is like you're doing work and you expect that because you did some work, everything should be fucking perfect now. You take a look around, oh, nothing has changed, back down the fucking rabbit hole. So that's the most consistent thing you're doing with your manifestation is going back and forth. You know what I mean? The only consistency is in the fact that it's not consistent. Ashley said last week seemed to fly with people at work being a lot nicer. Casey says the thought of being excited about life feels difficult, but I like a challenge, so I'm down to try it. Listen, Casey, if it feels difficult for you to feel excited about life and you're trying to manifest a great life and you're trying to okay, Casey, I love you so much. I love you and I'm so glad you keep coming here. What I want to say is your messages have an overwhelming air of how can I get what I want without doing the work? Like, I know you just said you're down to try it, but I'm just pointing out like the thought of it feels difficult, but I like a challenge, so I'm down to try it. How about the thought of being excited about my life is what I'm fucking looking for in life. So yes, I'm going to do it every day for the rest of my life and not just try it cuz maybe it's difficult and I like a challenge. Do you see what I'm saying? Like If you really want this amazing relationship and you want to live on your own, you want to love yourself, then fucking do that. And not just like, I'll do him and maybe it'll work. Like, you know what I'm saying? And now you're talking about scared about money. Girl, Tina says, I agree with everything Roxy says. I just don't know how to be happy without him. That's not what I said. I don't think I said be happy without him. I think I said heal and stop manifesting him. Put him on the fucking shelf and heal. That's what I said. I didn't say be happy without him. I said put him on the shelf and heal. Maybe other people said be happy without him, but that was not what I said. Put him on the shelf and put 100% of your focus into healing and loving yourself with no deadline and no end goal. No, I'm doing this because it's going to get me this person. That is why you don't have him, and that's why you don't have the healing. Because neither of them are pure. Neither manifestation is pure. You want to heal so you can get him. You want to get him so you can heal. You're not going to do either. You must separate them and approach them differently. Your healing needs to come first because it is inhibiting you in every area of your life. With love. So much. I love you so I really love you so much, and you know that. Like, I want to see you move the needle, and not with him, with you. He's only going to continue not being a part of your life as long as this is the energy you're in. You know, like, if you're heartbroken, then that is your truth. And if you don't heal your broken heart, obviously manifesting through it is not going to help. It's not going to work. So the healing must be the healing. That's the only thing that matters. Nothing else matters. Okay. You're okay. Okay, we're on board. Love you guys. Anything you're afraid of, whatever your fears are, whatever that fear is, if you're talking about it, you're manifesting it. If you're thinking about your fear, you're manifesting it. Fears manifest. Fears are expectations. Expectations manifest. That's the law of assumption. How about this? Fears are assumptions. Ooh, I like that. Fears are assumptions. So if you're sitting here talking about what you're afraid of, you're assuming that reality is coming down the line for you. So switch what you're talking about. Switch the way you conceptualize it. It's okay to feel fear about your money, but use that as information, not as an opportunity to affirm more what you don't want. If you notice that you have fear around money, okay, I feel good about money. I'm really good with my money. More money's coming through. I'm paying down my credit cards, going off of what you said. You know, like, when you notice the fear, look at it face on and acknowledge what it is, and move yourself through it, and not. We all have different ways of dealing with it, right? Some people will go away from it. Some are going to deny it. Some are going to push it down. Some are going to cry about it and tell everybody in their whole world about how it's going wrong. But all of those things are why it keeps going wrong. And we need to do something different. So when you are confronted with something you don't like in your life, or fear, and you're worried about it, you need to accept the fact that you're worried about it. Pay attention to why. What does it stem from? What does it mean? Where did it come from? What underlying fear is it validating? And then process and heal and work your way through that specific fear, instead of sitting around and just validating over and over and over and over and over why you're scared. Does that make sense? Okay. All right. So let's talk homework for, what are you doing? Why have you done this? Can I put this up? That's why I have hair in my lipstick. That wily tail. Oh my God, what have you done? Oh, jeez. Hi. Sorry. Okay. Sorry. So, just to remind everybody, there's 1 week left to sign up for my Signature Method 360 8-week program. We are starting June 6th, and we will be doing 8 weeks of transcending, going through the modules, 8 weeks of becoming aware of your blocks, of your patterns, of your triggers, the affirmations you're using, rewriting your story, rewriting who you're going to be and where we're going to focus, and then redirecting your focus, catching you in the moment, catching the triggers, working around them, working in long-term change. That's what we're going to be doing over the next 8 weeks starting June 6th. 360method.co if you want to sign up. There's only 1 week left to sign up. And then there will be a sign up page. So there'll be a waitlist page after once we begin on so June 1st, the 360method.co will turn into a waitlist page. So if you're interested in joining us for the next round when we run the program, you'll get an email when we're doing that. Okay. Okay, Brendan. Brendan has homework ideas for us. Okay. Brendan says, I feel like for homework, we're going to go with we. I feel like for homework, we need to work on not harping on negative thoughts and assumptions this week and stopping negative habits quicker. Okay. So I like when you said negative assumptions because I think that's where we should start. That's a good starting point. So the negative assumptions, what do we want to do? We want to start, this is what our homework is going to be. I want you to we're going to do the hyper focus again. This is where we're going to be paying attention to negative assumptions. What do we mean by negative assumptions? Meaning that, like, for example, we had a super chat came through that was like, or a message came through that was like, I'm doing the work internally and externally. I'm blah, blah, blah. I might be mixing up messages here. Let me know. I'm trying to paraphrase. Anyways, the message was, I'm doing the work. 3D reality, blah, blah, blah happened. This and this and this. How come it's not working? Right? The how come it's not, or, oh, I didn't get the text, so now this, or I said something and now they're triggered, or they sent this and or I didn't get the job, so this, or my mom said this, so now this. That moment, the negative assumption, the assuming that because X thing happened, that now Y thing must follow. Even if X has happened a billion times and Y has happened every time after, we're going to change directions between X and Y, okay? So if X thing occurs, I don't give a fuck. Let it happen twice. How about 3 times? Because every time X happens, Z happens for me, and Z is great. Does that make sense? Let's look at our negative assumptions. And honestly, like, these are really good because this is stuff that's automatic. This is stuff that's underlying. This is stuff that we probably aren't catching very often because it happens so fast. I expressed my feelings. They didn't write me back. What the fuck's wrong? When in reality, you expressed your feelings. That's amazing. You stood your ground. You expressed your boundaries. That's incredible. That moment actually deserved a pat on the back for you in a celebration. And we turn it into, what have I done wrong? And that's where we want to stop. So that's what our homework is going to be. I hope that's clear. Does that make sense? Like, the negative assumption. I want us to start identifying your negative assumptions this week. Pay attention to your negative assumptions. When do I assume things are going, like, we're all doing great, right? We're all working on a manifestation. And at some point, now it sucks. What is that point and why? Let's find that out. Let's dig into that, okay? Jinx says, being there for ourselves when triggered is ideal. If it's not possible, it's good to have support. I was so thankful that I joined 360 Method and got the support I needed this weekend. Yay, Jinx, I'm so excited. That's so awesome. Yeah, Jinx is one of our members. We've had a couple people on here, but I didn't want to give away everyone's thing. So Jinx will be on there. There's been other couple people that are here that are in the 360 fam. And we've already got our Facebook group going, and Jinx came in with some stuff this weekend, and I was like, boop, 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 boop. So I'm glad to hear that helped, and I'm glad you're a part of the method too. I'm glad you're part of the fam. And it's gonna be so exciting. Let me start. Okay, so this week's homework, pay attention to your negative assumptions. What does that mean? When do you launch them? What triggers them? How many times a day are you assuming that shit's not working out for you? How many times a day are you assuming that you've done something wrong or you've messed up somehow? I'd like you to log those, write them down, share them on the forum, roxytalks.com/forum/homework. Um, okay. So I'm just looking in the chat. Listen, we all believe what we believe here. If you have different beliefs than other people, or if you're going off the Bible or whatever, like that's fine. But we don't okay, but we're not telling everybody how they're supposed to feel about things. We're not trying to push religions on other people. I'm just gonna time this out because I just don't like this kind of chat. I don't like people trying to tell people how they're supposed to live and how they're supposed to religion, blah 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 blah. You know, it's just I don't like that. So it's fine. We have a lot of people here from many different backgrounds, a lot of different religions, and at the end of the day, all the religions are the fucking same. Sorry, they are. Okay, and it's all the same power. Yeah, we're not yeah, exactly. We're not discouraging others. We're not judging what they're manifesting. It's none of our fucking business. We're coming here to encourage each other. If you have ideas of how to help people, that's great. But just because someone doesn't follow your ideology does not mean that they're not going to get their thing. And if that's the kind of attitude you have, I'm just going to fucking mute you. We're supportive here. Like, yes, we're helping people. Yes, we're pointing out areas that we can improve on, but that's it. That's your job to improve it. I'm not going to convince you that Jesus did whatever, blah, blah, blah. I think Jesus probably did a lot of great things. And I appreciate the word that we got from that person and the words we get from a lot of people. But at the end of the day, there's one planet Earth. There's one creator for human beings. And there's only one mechanism allowing us to pray or manifest or whatever. It's all the same shit. So I just want to say, yeah, I didn't want anyone in the chat feeling like they weren't good enough because they're not coming at it from a certain religion's perspective. You know, it's like it's just I just don't like that shit. Like, don't judge people for their beliefs. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you're gonna help, help. But like, we don't need to go beyond that. Okay. Anyways, just some rules of the chat. Be respectful. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. I could tell that they were triggering. That's why I want to shut it down. It's because like this is not where we want to go with it. We provide support, but we don't trash you. Your religion is your religion. It's none of our fucking business, and vice versa. Okay, what's next? So, Mesh, do I agree with the idea of indulging your manifestation? What do you mean by that? And I'm gonna let that be my last question. Dina says, I do script and fulfill pretty much all the time. Yeah, Dina, I think that's what's missing then. Cause I know you're working on it. And I don't want to like ever seem like I don't think you're working on it. But I think that maybe that's the thing is like the healing hasn't been, I think you're afraid to heal. And this is what, yeah, I think you're afraid to heal because you think that healing means you don't want him anymore. Right. And you're afraid to not want him. You're afraid to move on. And because we've had this before, this conversation many times, right? So you're afraid to move on because normally when you moved on from people in the past, that's when they come through. So you're afraid that if you move on, that's what's going to make him come through, but you're not going to want him anymore. But I just don't see how that's a bad thing. And no one said that's exactly what's going to happen. But it's like if you heal and you realize you deserve better, how is that bad? You know? And it's like, and even if you do heal and decide you deserve better, that doesn't mean you still can't have that person. But you might have him and be like, oh, motherfucker. we need to up this. I don't know what's going to happen. I have no clue what's going to happen. I just feel like you have a fear around healing because you're afraid that healing means letting go of him, and then you don't want to let go of him because then healing means I don't get my manifestation, right? And I don't think that's the case. And if that's the reasoning that you're using, it's going to keep you heartbroken for the rest of your fucking life. Shantae said, okay, let's see what, and hi, Tommy. Sorry, I haven't said hi to you the whole time. I'm sorry. You popped in when I was in a super chat and then I just didn't get to acknowledge it. Okay. Mesh says, just ignoring my 3D and living more in my head. I've always been a daydreamer, so it's right up my alley. Yeah, I think that's totally fine. I think it's totally fine because in your daydreaming, in your chosen life, there is really good there's good satisfied energy there, right? So if you're going there mentally, I think that's great. I don't think there's a problem. What were you even asking me about? Do you agree with the idea of indulging? Yeah, for sure, for sure. And think about kids. Kids indulge their imaginations a lot, and they're free, and they don't give a fuck what people think, and they just, I'm a princess right now, and I dare you to tell me otherwise. Um, Shantae says I indulge too. I'm pretending a lot. Like the things I affirm, I pretend that it's happening while I go about my life. Do you think it's useful or just a guilty pleasure? Feels childish / immature. Go with the childish / immature feeling. Why is that bad? Think about it like this. Are you not, you're paying your bills. You're taking care of your family. I know you are. So why the F is it a problem for you to feel fucking good about your life? You know what I'm saying? That is not something negative. It is not immature to feel good. And it's so fucked that society has taught us that. It's so fucked that we think that feeling good equates to not being a fucking adult and getting shit done, when it's the total opposite. And we have evidence of it here all the time, like Philip, exactly like Philip. Lisa, how are you? How are you doing? Dina says healing means I get to grieve for however long I need to. I think so. And you know what? You use the word grieve. So I think that was your word, right? Unless somebody else in the chat said grieving before. If that was your word, then I would say then that's intuition, and your intuition telling you what it needs to be done. And maybe it's yeah, I know. It's it's not, maybe it's not grieving him, but grieving the loss of the relationship you had. You know what I mean? Like truly letting go of the old everything. You know what I mean? And old is every moment up until right now. What I just said right now was old. That was old. What I just said, what I just said now, that's old. That thing I just did 2 seconds ago, that was old. That sentence I just said right now, that was old. That what I just said right now, that was old. That sentence I just said right now, that was old. Do you get my point? It's always the past, right? So exactly. I'm scared I'll never find anyone that compares to him. Remember what we just said about fears? When you confront it, when you have a fear like that, if you indulge it, you keep it in play. And that's our homework right there. So Dina, can you right now start your homework and write down a negative assumption? I'm scared that I'll never find anyone that compares to him. That's a negative assumption that you're using that's blocking you from manifesting him and healing. So yeah, Dina, I invite you to write that down on your paper for this week's homework. Just everybody collecting our negative assumptions about what life's going to bring us, okay? You've been in love with him for over 5 years now, but how long have you been in love with you? How much of those 5 years have you been in love with yourself? And that's why it's not here, you know? I know. Crammy's trying to tell you. Come here, Cram. What else do you got to say? Come on. Dina needs advice. Come say it in the microphone. Come here. Come on. I know. Come on. You need to say it in the microphone? Come on. You rub your cheeks on that? Yeah. She's like, first I got to rub my cheeks on this thing. Come on. Yeah, you're going to move all the furniture. Smash your face on it. Yeah. You rub your cheeks there. Yep. Yep. You're going to put your stinky cheeks on everything. Come on. What are you going to tell Dina? Here she comes. Here, I'll point the mic at you. What do you got to say? Oh, here comes your sister. There's another one. Oh, I scared the cat. Okay, be nice to your sister, please. She can be in here too. Hi, Mango. Hi, baby. Okay. Is this the way my mic was pointing? What? How did I Oh, that's what I did. Okay. Dina also said, I hear you, but I'm 35. My clock is ticking. Put that on your fucking list. I'm 35 and my clock is ticking. No, it's not. You are. You are fucking ticking. Stop putting that on your body. You're telling your body time is running out. You're drying your motherfucking ovaries up yourself. Sorry. God damn it. I love you, Dina. Come on. Come on. Okay. All right. We're moving forward. Rachel says, that's an amazing question. How long have I been in love with me? Thank you, Roxy. Yep, exactly. There we go. Tiffany says, I'm about to be 40, single for 10 years, and I will still have a family, husband, kids, etc. There is no clock, even if I don't start until I'm 50. I love that, but I can see Dina being like, no, if I start at 50, I'll just fucking die. No, Dina would never say that. Dina would be like, you know what? I agree, Tiffany. I love the way that you're looking at that, and I feel the same. Alana says, I'm 50, and they just keep getting better and better. Hold on. All right. I'm going to address this because this person is trying to see. This motherfucker, Dina, says, I will die. I knew it. God damn it. Oh, Lord. I just want to leave. I'm just kidding. Not because of you, Dina, but because somebody is like, answer my question. Why did your subliminal used to work for me and now it doesn't? I don't know. That's you. At some point, you have either decided it's not working, you've contradicted your 3D reality. Maybe 3D reality is moving along and you're staying too focused in the past. Maybe you need to move forward. Sorry, it's like 5 messages. Why isn't it working? Answer my question. How come it's not working now? It used to work for me. Now it's not working. Like, whoa, you sound very intense. It used to work in seconds. Now I listen to them. It takes a long time to manifest. Listen, that's you. That's not my subliminals. That's you. Why are you contradicting, fearing, worrying, doubting, insecuring, or whatever? Or even here at this point, you're affirming it used to work in seconds, but now I listen to it takes long. Every time you do that, it's going to take longer for you. Every time you say this sentence that used to work, but now it takes longer, it's going to take longer for you. It's not the subliminals. It's you somehow have either it's working and you need to move forward, or you're contradicting it now at this point and somehow doubt, fear, worry, insecurity, whatever. But like manifestation is more than just listening to affirmations or whatever. There's work that needs to be done during your waking hours. So that's where I would look, you know? Jinx says this is wild. I agree. Dina said I manifested you saying that. All right, fine. I'll take it. I'll fucking admit fault there. TT, thank you. TT, the voice of reason in the chat, says my manifestations come very quickly. Thank you, TT. We needed that. Varun, good. Glad that made sense. And I'm sorry if it sounds like I'm yelling at you. Towards the end of the chat, I can't even fucking keep it together anymore. I'm like losing my shit. All right. Yeah, okay. Oh boy. Oh boy. All right. 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 Okay. Yeah, we got to go. We got to go. All right, your homework, please everybody. Do your homework. If you've been on this chat and you have noticed some things come up like fears, worries, doubts, insecurities, put them on your negative assumptions list. That's what we're going to do this week. Our homework is to make a list of negative assumptions and not make a list of negative assumptions. I want you to pay attention to what you're doing throughout your days and make a list or add to your list when you catch yourself assuming something's not going to go your way. And a lot of these things they happen really fast. They happen in they're like micro decisions. They're sometimes unconscious. And this is why we want to be paying attention. This is where 360 method awareness and discipline comes in. So pay attention to Powers of Tarot says, I love that Roxy's understood by everyone in this chat. Yes, me too. Oh my gosh. All right. Okay. Rachel says, I get that way at the end of the workday. Yeah, it is. I'm feeling really squirrely. And I already made a video on seeing angel numbers. So look at my video about angel numbers. If you're asking about 111 and 1111, I already made a video about that. Okay. Alana says, your fears don't affect your manifestations. Affirm it. And she said, Roxy taught me that. Yes. Your fears don't affect your manifestations unless you think they do, you know? So, okay. Ooh, Powers of Tarot says, oh, by the way, Roxy, my SP got in contact with me like 4 weeks ago, but my affirmations made it so natural I wasn't even surprised. I know, you didn't even say anything about it. That's fucking awesome. That's amazing because you were just being you. Living your life, healing, processing, going about your day, doing the best you can for yourself. That's the best thing you can do for any manifestation. If you don't believe me, rewind it to the beginning and listen to Philip. Well, I read Philip's, he's not talking, but read Philip's blah, blah, blah comments, okay? It's time for me to go. And I'll be here next week if you have another question. And you can send a super chat if you want a guaranteed answer. 360 Method closes in 1 week. You have 1 week to sign up for 360 Method, and then we will be beginning the course June 6th. So it will be closed for signups after that. I'm not sure when it's coming back or exactly how, but there will be a sign up for a wait list if you're interested, if you're not able to sign up this time. But of course, sign up this time because it's going to be really amazing. And I don't know if I'm going to run it after this time. I don't know if I'm going to be fully in the group coaching. Like I might just have it be a self-study. So I can't guarantee that it's not going to be a self-study next time. I don't know either way. It could be me coaching. I don't know. But this time is the only time I can guarantee that it will be live coaching with me for 100% sure because it's our first round. So if you want to do 360 with me, group coaching, 8 weeks, keeping each other accountable. We got a Facebook group. We got daily meditations and affirmations. We've got video module learning. We've got expansive homework. You know, like our homeworks that we do here, we have like way more in the program, like way more expanded. Like the stuff I give you here is just kind of stuff I've come up with off the top of my head. The 360 homework is like super well thought out and really designed to help like get to the bottom of stuff. So if you enjoy the homework that we do here, the 360 homework's gonna like blow that away. So I love you. I appreciate you all. Thank you so much for being such good sports. Thank you for letting me yell at you. You know it comes from love. I think you're all incredible, every single one of you. Even if your manifestations aren't coming, even if I fucking yelled at you today, you're doing something by being here. You are moving the needle. You are making things happen, but just don't undo it when you go back into your rest of your life and look at what's not working. Okay. So your homework this week is about that exact thing. look at your world, pay attention to when you want to go negative, and then write that thing down, write that assumption down. And maybe if you want to even go deeper with it, write the trigger. This thing happened, and then I thought this, just so you can be as aware as possible. Again, awareness and discipline, in my opinions, are the absolute must-haves and the two things that will get you to your manifestation, no matter what. Awareness and discipline. You've got to know when you're saying something that's taking you out of your ideal reality, and you've got to be willing to do something about it in the moment to get you back. So 360method.co, you can sign up there. And follow me on socials. I'm on all the socials, all that stuff. Sign up for emails if you like at my website, roxytalks.com. We got a bunch of free downloads at roxytalks.com as well. You can join the forum and start talking with your friends here about manifesting. And Leanne has all of the homeworks listed out. The Mindset Monday homeworks, not 360 homework, obviously that's in the course. But Mindset Monday homework is all listed out at roxytalks.com/forum/homework. So, thank you. Leanne just reiterated our Mindset Monday homework, which is changing the flow from when you get triggered by something to how you react. So if X action leads to Y behavior, we're going to let X action happen, and then we're going to go to Z behavior. We're going to choose a different behavior, right? So identify what it is that you think when things go negative. Why? Oh, they didn't text me back. That must mean blah. Or I guess I didn't get it. Or I guess they must hate me. Or nobody ever wants to blah, blah, blah. Or I'm always the black sheep. Or all that stuff. We want to identify our negative assumptions, okay? So Tiffany says, we are unavailable for negative assumptions. Yes. Dina, bye, love you. Get it out, cry, and then welcome the healing. Like what would happen if you just went 100% towards healing and didn't give a fuck about the rest of it? At the end of the day, you don't want to be miserable anymore, right? That should be your goal. I don't want to be miserable. I'm going to do anything I can to not be miserable. So let me just focus on healing this wound and not worrying about what healing is going to do. You're expecting that healing is going to cause a negative when healing is going to make something better happen. So that's a negative assumption again. Healing is going to make something bad happen. Let's switch that to a positive assumption. Healing is going to make my life even better, and I can't wait to continue working on my healing. Okay? I love you all. I appreciate you. Dina, you have so much love and support in the chat, and thank you to everybody here for being there for each other, being there for yourselves. Thank you to the moderators for keeping the chat clean. One word, Leanne says, I don't know why I call you that. I can't think of something better to say. Leanne Richer, is it Richer? I want to make sure I'm saying it right. Leanne Richer says, and support Roxy's style channel so she will make another video on there someday. I have been actually thinking a lot about making more style videos, because style and fashion is like one of my passions that I, kind of put on the side to do my business. But I might be getting more into it. So as things come up that are more style oriented, I probably will be focusing on maybe the style channel a little bit more. But oh my God, this is so funny. Okay. Somebody in the chat said, don't trust me because I have tattoos, and tattoos show trauma, and I'm a hater. All right. Don't trust me because I have trauma. Sorry, everybody. Don't look at my trauma. Don't look at my beautiful, beautiful trauma. Do you know how much money I paid for this trauma? Look at all this beautiful trauma. Have you seen my newest trauma? Do you see my beautiful butterfly? Do you see this gorgeous moon? Look at this beautiful trauma. I'm so traumatized. Okay. All right. Leanne Richard says, Amy, thanks. I needed to laugh. Me too. Thanks, Amy, for saying such kind words at the end of our chat. I hope you have a fantastic day. And hopefully you can deal with some of that trauma that you got going on that's making you lash out at strangers. All right, everybody, have a fantastic week.